Hello everybody, thank you for coming onto my YouTube channel. Really, I want to thank everybody, but just want to quickly clear a few points before we go any further. Quick disclaimers, I'm not making this video to make any money. I'm not making this video to create any fame. So you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to like, you don't have to follow, you don't have to comment, but you're more than welcome if you want to. Now, if this channel doesn't make any money, what I will do is ensure that all of that money is spent to people who need the most. So no intentions there to make any money for this channel. It's not a business. The channel is all about my life experiences. I want to share the mistakes I've made, and I've realized things which were really amazing. It's so simple. It all started, so I'm going to tell you a bit more about it now. So it all started with, all of a sudden I realized that the WhatsApp was just far too intrusive in my life. And then I started looking at so many different groups and messages left, right and center. The first thing you do is you look at your phone, and then you're just in it. And then now obviously there's so many different apps like YouTube Shorts or YouTube videos, and so many different ones that you can spend hours at a stretch if you want to. And sometimes even you don't want to, you'll still spend hours. So my journey was, then one fine day I just deleted WhatsApp. No reason, just deleted it. 6 months down the line, I realized there were so many different apps which I didn't need, so I started just clearing out the apps I don't need. Turns out after a while, my smartphone just became literally a brick. I wasn't hardly using it. So I then went from a not so smartphone to a Nokia phone, which served me well, and it still does really. I mean, amazing battery though. 1 week. It's amazing. But what I realized is when I went from a smartphone to a not so smartphone, my calls disappeared. Nobody messages nowadays, which is amazing. So I hardly got any messages, and hardly people call. So obviously I realized that my call volume dropped massively, which means I could focus on other things and really learn more to live life on a daily basis. After a while, I realized, why am I carrying this phone with me? I then stopped carrying a phone. So I actually don't carry this phone anymore. It's on a voicemail. I just kept it somewhere in the house, and it just looks nice actually. So that's probably one aesthetic reason I keep this phone, and I like to spin it. So I don't have a phone anymore. So which also means that I don't have access to any of these apps like Facebook and YouTube and all the rest of it. So which also means that if you message me, try to reach out to me, I may not be accessible. Now, what do I do? So I run a successful construction company called Made to Measure, which essentially does all building works, refurbs and all the rest of it. That's my bread and butter. I do have another small IT company based elsewhere, which is obviously managing this channel, and they'll probably manage other things as well. And then usually, so the best way to reach out to me is just message your number, and then somebody will let me know, and then I can call you straight away from there on. So that's about that. And obviously, so it's really simple. I felt freedom for a change. And then, so it just kind of went in other places. So what I was trying to say is that in the past couple of years, especially a decade, I realized that I've made some massive mistakes in my life. I mean, riteshchavla.co.uk is in the works at the moment, but you'll see over the period of time I'm going to upload about the businesses I'm doing, and also upload about the failed businesses I've been doing. So I probably did about 10 different businesses in my life so far, and most of them failed, and I realized quickly why they did in the first place. So the reason they did is I realized that actually there are 4 major problems. I just had a realization one day. Obviously, some of it was through books. When I went from a smartphone not to, I basically started reading books, which is amazing. And there's a lot of stuff. So reading is just amazing. So one fine day I realized what is wrong, and then I could just add it all up for some reason. So for example, I just clearly could see that the four major problems are from the very outside to the inside. So when I say from the outside to the inside means the way the world looks at you. So the first major problem or health, you can say, is your financial problem. Financial is really important because that's the way the world is connected with you. That's the way everybody sees you, and you've got to be stable financially. Which doesn't mean being greedy or rich, which means just enough to have a very good stability. And sometimes you have to draw a line, what is enough? So from the outside to the inside is financial, is the very outside, is the way it looks at you. Then comes your physical problem or physical health. So that is paramount, because if you're not physically fit, if your blood sugar, so when I say physical, I mean your blood sugar levels, your heart rate, your body weight. I am a bit overweight, by the way. So and your core muscles, your knees, your hips, your joints, your neck. Are they good? Are they strong? That's what physical health or physical problems, what I say. And then the best part is the next one, which is the mental health, is actually linked with your financial and physical. So if any one of them is not right, you'll probably be not mentally happy, which means you'll have stress, anxiety, nervousness, and many other names for it, really. So the mental health really depends on your financial and your physical. So I realized that very quickly. So obviously, to be having a good mental health, which means not racing through the thoughts and not being immersed into so many different thoughts we have, which most of it aren't really important. So for example, the thoughts, 99% of the thoughts, you can't even control them. So what's the point of thinking about them? If you can't control anything, then might as well just not think about it. And also a lot of people live their lives expecting or thinking what others think of them, which is a bit crap, quite honestly, really. And the other thing was, what I've learned is, you've got to live the life and let people in your life be the way they are. So stop expecting anybody to change for you, or stop expecting anybody to have a different way, or having to think that they should act in a particular way. Let everybody be the way they are. I think that's the way to live. But then the most important bit, the very inner, is your spiritual health. So when I say spiritual, I don't mean religion. Religion is a very amazing belief system. It's really, really good, very strong. I absolutely respect everybody. But what I don't mean by spiritual is by religion, and I also don't mean spirituality as a broad subject. I do like reading about religions. I've read about Buddhism, Sikhism, Hinduism, Islam a bit, and then a bit of Christianity as well. So I absolutely love all of them. But what I mean by spiritual is really simple. If I really define it to one word, is ability to enjoy each moment freely. That's what spirituality to me is. Means that if I'm enjoying any moment, whether it's sad or amazing, you don't obviously enjoy sad or disappointing moments, but what I'm saying is let it come and let it go. You shouldn't get affected by a negative experience, and also shouldn't jump up in the sky for a positive experience. So stay in the middle, really. So that was amazing. So this is all about it, and I'm actually recording. I do like to record on my off day, which is usually Sunday, and the rest of the week I'm busy doing my business. So I'm going to start a 100-day challenge, which I did probably a year ago or something, and I failed maybe. So 100 days is about 14 weeks and 2 days, and I failed maybe just about after 12 weeks. And actually, for silly reason, I didn't even know when I had sugar. So for 100 days, I'm not going to have any sugar, any meat, and none of the stimulants like alcohol or cigarettes and stuff like that, which I do take occasionally. And I'm going to see how the body reacts. And the reason for this experiment is more of a habit-changing loop, really, because most of these things, or all of these things, are not required on a daily basis. They are more for enjoyment purposes, so you shouldn't really have sugar on a daily basis. It's not needed in your body. And the other thing what I've realized is there are two brains, your main brain and your gut brain. So your gut brain is your gut biome system, is amazing. It does amazing things. And I think by cutting out all of these things out of your body, you are helping your gut to become stronger. So yeah, so I just want to experiment it, and then I'll keep updating you on a weekly basis. So that's what it's all about. I absolutely felt the need to make these videos. So once again, you don't have to subscribe it. You don't have to like or anything of that sort. It's just more about sharing my life experiences with everybody, and I will be over the moon if I could really help anybody along the way. Because I don't carry a smartphone or anything like that, you can go to riteshchawla.co.uk maybe and just try and be in touch with me, and I can just jump on a quick call with you and whenever I'm available. But yeah, I don't carry a personal device with me. So I mean, not a device, I do carry work stuff as well, but obviously that's my work phone. It may or may not stay with me even though I run the business. But apart from that, yeah, I'm excited actually, and I am excited to share my experiences along the way. So there'll be quite a few videos coming along the way, again with no intentions to make any money. It's not a business, it's just out there. I felt like sharing it and I'm sharing it. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Have a lovely, pleasant day. Thank you.